Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we've got a brand new event for Idle Heroes, and honestly I'm a little bit disappointed with DHGames this week, and I'll explain a little bit more why that is the case. It all comes down to this week's event, and just some obvious things that DHGames could have done to improve it, but unfortunately I feel like it doesn't hit the mark. Before we jump into all that though, let me tell you about the Idle Heroes 10-Star Cup. This is a way that you can compete against other Idle Heroes players in a balanced, non-pay-to-win system, where we have lots of rules in place to make it as accessible for everybody, and truly it allows skill to shine. If you're interested in taking part in the Idle Heroes 10-Star Cup, hopefully you've seen some of our live streams earlier on this YouTube channel. If you go to my live stream section here on the channel, you can see all the previous tournaments. But if you want to sign up, join our Discord. You can find a link for our Discord in the description. It's discord.gg/MKxJUMP. Go ahead and join us there, and we'll give you all the information through our Discord on how to sign up for the Idle Heroes 10-Star Cup, which will take place in 2 weekends' time, so the second weekend in April. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button here on YouTube if you want to catch that, but more importantly, if you want to take part, join our Discord. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. So this week is a Wishing Coin and Sky Labyrinth event, meaning that we will be getting 15 pickaxes and a super Wishing Coin every day for logging in. Now, if you look, there's no extended part of the event, so all we need to look at today is the cool events, where we get value packages here, giving gems, pickaxes, we get some wishing coins as well, and treasure coupons. So immediately, for face value, this isn't that bad. Whenever they put treasure coupons in a value package, it always makes me more inclined to pick it up. However, I also like to see it add something more to the event than just base level rewards. So let's go see if that's the case. Let's start with Sky Labyrinth. If you jump in here, I would ideally select Queen as a hero, as she gives the most clears per energy used, and then because it takes a little while to charge her up after you've used Queen twice, I would then switch to Asmodel to try squeeze out a little bit more progress. If you look at the rewards here, it's the same as usual, with notable rewards being a 6-star chest that you can get at level 3, a 5-star chest at level 6, you get a 9-star puppet at level 9, and there's lots of other good rewards eventually trickling on through. The only downside is, unless you decide to spend gems this week, it's unlikely you're going to get much further than level 5, as we only get 105 pickaxes for logging in, and it's probably not worth buying those value packages with either money or contract storage gems, because it doesn't look like there's any extra rewards to be had this week. Yes, you could pick up a mysterious artifact chest, but that's so deep in here that you'd have to spend way too many contract storage gems to justify this, and also spend a ton of gems on pickaxes. So ultimately, I don't think it's worth doing anything outside of the normal pickaxes that you get every day for logging in. On top of that, we have the mysterious chests. Now, this is great. It gives us access to heroic summon scrolls and promotion stones for 500, which I think is always good, and profit orbs are potentially worth picking up as well. But outside of that, everything else is a little overpriced. A 5-star chest here for 8,000 is crazy expensive. The guild coins and the relics may be worth it. I could see the argument for this, but really you need to save up so many relics to get much value out of this that I honestly do not think it's the best decision. It's an option, but I don't think it's the best decision. If you've got loads of gems around though, maybe you could be tempted to buy this, but as always, normally I eke away from this, especially if you're a budget or free-to-play player that doesn't have that many gems, as you want to be saving your gems for big events like the one we had last week. And on top of that, the other rewards here ain't too great. Chaos stones and skins aren't that important, and elite shards with dust, nah, 4,000 gems, no thanks. I'm going to save this for big events. The Wishing Fountain event is here as well. This is getting you access to super wishing coins and profit orbs if you spend your normal wishing coins, and Rogan is a reward that's going to be given every time you reach 300 points, and considering that you can spin in the Wishing Fountain with 8 coins to get 10 spins, you only need to use 240 coins to do this. However, it doesn't look like there's any extended rewards for doing your wishing coins, as all we seem to have is a luck relay and a fragrant garden party. And the garden party, yes, sure, is rewarding you for using your wishing coins, but you only get 1 point. And unless you decide to spend money, the only reward you're picking up here is additional super wishing coins, which is terrible value. Normally, a good wishing coin event would allow us to have access to a glorious treasury and get us access to sublimation and stellar shards and reward us lots of nice things, like last week, for example, which we can go ahead and use our wishing coins to get, basically turning wishing coins into a really valuable resource. This week is not that, but yet they've still given us a Fragrant Garden Party, which means you could, if you want to, spend here in the relay. By doing that, yeah, you're getting yourself some Prism Starry Gems thrown in, but they're overpriced. Look, it's 100 Prism Starry Gems for $5. Let me just remind you how many you get if you just buy them from the treasure purchase here. Oh wait, the same amount. So there's nothing special about this relay. Yeah, you're getting a few scrolls stuck in there too, but the funny thing is, as this scales up and up and up, you actually realize the return is worse, because if you buy the higher packages here, you're actually getting more Prism Starry Gems for your money's worth, which means actually it's 125 Prism Starry Gems for $5. If this was good value, people would be buying this anyway, and they're not. Which means this relay is questionable at best. A few Super Wishing Coins thrown in here doesn't make it any better. And if you look at the Fragrant Privilege, well, you need to spend $130 to go all the way up to Energy here to get yourself access to Fragrant Privilege 3. Yes, that's going to get you a ton of Destiny rewards down the side here, but ultimately, guys, I think that is not enough to justify this spending. Normally, when a relay comes along, you can spend $130, and you don't just get the Fragrant Garden Party things, you're also able to get things like Core of Origin shards, Star Souls, Destiny materials, deific artifacts, all good stuff that can improve your team. Heck, even those events allow free-to-play players to get stuff like Stellar Shards and Sublimation. Again, not something available here. So I think DHGames basically gave us half an event and missed out the only thing that would have made it worth spending on. I know loads of spenders here are not going to be spending their money, and I absolutely know for certain free-to-play players are not going to be spending their resources. So ultimately, it just results in a really disappointing event where there's not really any reason to buy this relay, which means there's no reason to push this, which means there's no reason to pick up Super Wishing Coins, and even if I wanted to, what the heck? I get one Wishing Coin for every $1 I spend? That's insane. Also, if I really wanted to, I could spend 45,000 gems for 300 Super Wishing Coins. Again, terrible value. And even if you wanted to get value out of this Fragrant Garden Party, you have to open the equivalent value of 1,000 Super Wishing Coins. What sweet madness is this? This event is crazy. And honestly, guys, I think it's just a huge skip for everybody. Which does mean we enjoy a nice quiet week, so everyone can go ahead and focus on Star Expedition, although it seems the boss is no easier, so people are still struggling against X100 and below, so that's a fun time. But ultimately, guys, I think it's just a nice, steady week to consolidate your resources, not have to worry about spending gems, and just be able to stockpile a little pile of rewards, so that when we finally do get a good event, you get something nice. Next week is going to be Card Clash Evolution, so that will mean more Contract Story Gems for players, and perhaps an opportunity to get some additional rewards, assuming DHGames adds something else. Although it's unlikely, DHGames have pretty much locked in the format for Card Clash, because it makes them loads of money, because I know loads of whales love spending on the Card Clash Evolution. So if you want to see more about next week's event, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to catch all your information, as I do these event reviews every single Friday. Even though this week is a small event, not all Idle Heroes events are like this, and there's going to be plenty more good stuff in the future for you to look forward to. And as well, if you want something else to look forward to, why not consider either subscribing to catch the Idle Heroes 10-Star Cup, or even consider signing up for the tournament yourself and join our Discord for all the information on how to do that. Until next time, folks, have an amazing week. And as always, happy idling.